welcome to my channel. I'm Ashley, and if you're new here, welcome to my page. I post every Wednesday, and just in case you can't remember, just hit that notification bell. Let's get to it. So today's video is inspired by back to school. It is the first week of September, so a lot of people are heading back to work, maybe heading back to school, but I can tell you that when I was in high school, I never ate breakfast unless I was purposely late. So these are for the people who have their life together or who is trying to get their life together like I am, because I eat breakfast at 3 p.m. So because I'm just never hungry, and my first meal I always feel should be breakfast. Anyways, for the meals that I prepped are very easy, something you can make ahead of time, and it's also good for meal prep. I also added in a little bonus sweet treat. Once COVID started, I feel like whipped coffee was just on a rise. So I decided to make a pumpkin spice whipped coffee as a treat for you. And my other 3 meals are pretty simple. I don't really care for my breakfast to look nice when it's on the go, because who's looking at it? But if I'm actually like enjoying a breakfast, I do make it more presentable. But yeah, so I'm just gonna stop blabbering on. So let's jump into the video. So for the pumpkin spice whipped coffee, you're going to need 1/4 cup of instant coffee, 1/4 cup of sugar, some pumpkin spice, and 1/4 cup of hot water. You're going to want to use either an electric mixer or hand mixer, but I'm just going to use a regular whisk because I'm too lazy to actually wash more dishes. Once your coffee is nice and fluffy, just add 1 tablespoon of pumpkin puree and mix it up. This part is optional. You can either add some pumpkin spice into the coffee mix, or you can use it as a garnish. So next you're going to get your milk of choice and add some ice. And you can also add a little bit of creamer if you want it to be on the sweeter side, and I added some pumpkin spice creamer. This drink is super seasonal and super pumpkin AF. This coffee is super cheap and it's so fast to make. I really like it for my really busy mornings. Pop a lid on it and you'll have your first pumpkin drink of the season. Making faux lox out of tofu instead of carrots is a much quick and easier alternative for your lox and cream cheese bagel. So for the tofu marinade, you're gonna need 1 clove of garlic, some chives, and a small strip of nori. Next, you're going to want to zest your lemon. Zesting the lemon is going to give it more of that salmony, fresh feel. For a mild salmon flavor, use the juice of half a lemon. Now it's time to add the smoke to your marinade. Add some soy sauce, liquid smoke, maple syrup, smoked paprika to give it the umami of flavors. In a bowl, add your cut tofu and your marinade, and let marinate for 45 to about an hour, depending on how much time you have. I have two options on how to cook the salmon. You can either make it in the oven and let it get nice and dry for that lox feel, or you can just make it quick on a frying pan. Let your tofu brown for about 3 minutes on each side. You can then add more marinade for a darker color. Next, you want to get your toasted bagel and add the cream cheese of your choice. I'm using a store-bought Go Veggie cream cheese. It's actually one of the cream cheeses that doesn't have a weird aftertaste at the end. Next, grab your tofu salmon. It's your choice if you'd like to chop it up or keep it whole. I like mine in bite-sized pieces. You can now start garnishing the bagels how you like. Sometimes I just want plain cream cheese and lox, so I'm just adding a little bit of chives and sesame seeds. It's completely optional, and it's whatever you like on your bagel. I used to love getting taquitos at 7-Eleven, so I made my own chickpea breakfast taquito. This recipe is super easy. You just need a half cup of chickpea flour and a half cup of water. You can mix it up and then throw on the pan. Really sorry, my camera died. I just sauteed some vegetables and then added my chickpea mixture. Add a little bit of butter so then it's not too dry, and then top with some cheese if you'd like. I added a little bit of butter, salt, and pepper, and a little bit of nutritional yeast. Sometimes the chickpea flour is a little bland, and it just needs a little bit more flavor. Next, heat up your corn tortilla to prevent cracking. Once your tortillas are nice and warm, add the oil of your choice. I decided to add sunflower oil for frying because of a neutral taste. Then add your mixture, but not too much. For some reason, I never learned. Make sure to fold your tortilla tightly. Never do it in the pan, just do it beforehand. But I'm very lazy and I like to just get things out of the way. I end up fixing it later, don't worry. This is why you want to fold them beforehand, so they don't get messy and you don't have your filling all over the pan. Tupperware, I like to add a little bit of parchment paper. It prevents the taquitos from soggy. On the side of my Tupperware, I'm just gonna add some guacamole, some spicy guacamole sauce. You can drizzle some sauce on top, but I really just like them to be plain and simple. I also add a little bit of spring mix, just for some freshness. This sandwich is the perfect definition of brunch on the go. Right now we're going to add our cornstarch to some cold non-dairy milk of your choice. Make sure you whisk until there's no more lumps. Next, you want to add some seasoning. I'm going to add some nutritional yeast for that umami that you need on the hollandaise sauce. It also gives it a cheesy flavor and it gives the hollandaise part of its yellow color. Also, I'm going to add some smoked paprika, garlic and onion powder, salt and pepper to taste. Next, add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, maple syrup, and you can either add apple cider vinegar or lemon juice for tang. You can't have a good hollandaise without some fresh herbs, so my herbs of choice are some chives and dill, and I julienne them so I didn't have to chop too much. To your saucepan, you're going to want to add 2 tablespoons of vegan butter or vegan mayo. Vegan mayo makes it taste more like a hollandaise, but I really just love the butter and the sauce combined. Make sure you cook your hollandaise sauce on low. It cooks very quickly. The lower you cook it, the more flavor comes out. Frying pan, add some oil and your cut tofu. Season on both sides and wait till your tofu is nice and brown. Benedict without Canadian bacon, and I honestly don't remember what Canadian bacon tastes like, so I got some vegan ham and I added some maple syrup just because I couldn't remember. Now it's time to assemble your sandwich. Start with the Canadian bacon because the bacon always goes first. Then add your tofu. Then add as much hollandaise sauce as you like. I love hollandaise sauce so much that I save
the other sauce, and I like to cook it with green beans or asparagus. It's so delicious. Next, I'm gonna add some spring mix and some red onions. My avocados weren't ready, but I usually like to add avocados to my benedict.
Well guys, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, share, and I'll see you next week. Bye.